These are my top 10 hidden gems, FC24. If you want to sprinkle in some secretism, I'm not mad at that. Beautiful people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. My name is LaBelle. Let me know what players should be talked about, and I'm not going to hold you up. Comment down below. Let's bring it into action. I would not feel right if Balotelli wasn't mentioned. Is he a hidden gem? Is my performance with Balotelli elite, unbelievable, through the roof? Stat room stuffing aficionado. The guy's a talent. Call me what you want, but you can't call me a liar. 83 games, all foot champs, 100 goals, 34 assists, and the highlight package. This man has scored the best goals I have been able to put together, from skill runs to finishing, physicality, takedowns, in the air, smooth operator. Xavi Hernandez. We have that brand new Team of the Year item. Not that much hype. A lot bigger price tag. I don't see him in rotations unless you packed him. And he's going to shift your midfield. Kai Havertz, left back. You've probably seen him in some teams. Again, might not be hidden. That's my disclaimer for the honorable mentions. I just had to give some sort of appreciation. That felt right. Lauren James. If you have used her, I think that you're co-signed what I'm saying. She is nice with the skills. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Drops the shoulder, can hit you with a step over. She got a phone home and tell your mama about. I'm just saying. Maybe she's getting overlooked because of Reese. She shouldn't be. At number 10, I have Mangala. I got high level of appreciation and inclusion. One moment, please.
Several days later.
6'2", left-footed, which is a nice addition. There's not as many lefties. I like a left-footed center back on the left side of the pitch. He's played 125 games. I'm not all talk. I put him into motion. And what stands out is his quickness, responsiveness, speed, and physicality. Crucial. I used him last weekend. He is still able to have a presence for some of the best attacking players. And he can recover. Not a lot of play styles. And that's potentially going to hurt his future at some point here. But for what you paid, what you received, and the lack of appreciation and public applause that this man receives, he is perfect for a hidden gem player selection. Also, his passing and his dribbling are better than those stat lines. Number 9. We're heading to the Champions League. We have Di Maria. What a man. Not a myth, an extra expressive with extracurricular. If you're good with skill moves, woo, I love it. And you might have seen him included. There was a glimpse when he was first released. I still got tons of love for him now. 5-star skills. The dribbling, extraordinary. He's got a trickster for a play style plus. Filling up the charts. Topping the charts. He's in the charts. Flair. Technical. This is another enjoyable player to use. If anything, if you like Balotelli, you might even prefer Di Maria, depending who you're talking to. The guy scores pretty goals. Travellas for days. At number 8, we have the Jota experience. I don't know how else to classify it. This guy right here, I hate him, but I love him. And most importantly, I respect him. I don't enjoy going up against him. And most weekends, he still reminds me of what he can be. The dribbling has stayed competitive. The pace, it's the real deal. And he's got some sort of extra curricular or a little sauce. It's not a stat line, but he's going to give you problems. Constantly give you problems. Reminds me of a throwback Chucky Lozano. When you see him, you know Spidey senses are going off. At number 7, hometown favorite at Mediocre Cloud FC, Ruben Loftus Cheek. This is a very handsome individual. Consistent, reliable, in tune, cost nothing, and he got upgraded. And I like the Thunderstruck animated cards. And we have a track record. 6'3", high medium work rates, can and will control a midfield, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He's played 86 games for the club. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's the next Ruud Gullit. He isn't. But he's so much better than what I expected. He's kind of grown into a role. If there's any critique, some of the side-to-side turning with the dribbling could be a little bit cleaner. But he does it all. And you forget that he's such a big body type. The man's going to take up space, and he has 6 play styles. Whipped pass, tiki-taka, long ball, ping pass. This man is a facilitator. At number 6, Dodo. The Brazilian with the expression out wide, the originator when we're talking about wingbacks this season. He was released. He was talked about a little bit, and then he completely disappeared. 5'5". Not a big body, but he does have some physicality. And if you look through these stats, and I'm not a goal scorer in most circumstances with fullbacks, I like what I'm reading off. And even more important, the actual resolve on the virtual pitch. It's right. 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, 99 attacking positioning. And the pace, whoo. Dodo and Frimpong feel mighty similar, but one will cost you a lot more in terms of the coin department. Does not get tired. The only stat that's not right is the heading accuracy, and who really cares? Interceptions over an 80. Defensive awareness over an 80. Standing tackle over an 80. Slide tackle over an 80. Top tier numbers. You're not going to fight me on Dodo. I refuse to believe it. Number 5, we have Joe Gomez. And he does carry a relative name within the FC or FIFA circles and ecosystem. But you got a meta center back for under 80K. You see my partnership. Big Virgil with his teammate with Joe Gomez. 77 games for the club, all division rivals, all weekend league. Played the last weekend with Joe Gomez. I'm not having a fall off. 91 sprint speed, decent dribbling, solid physicality. You might argue he's not hidden, but I don't see him in rotations. And for what you're paying and what you're receiving, top tier value. And you're going to receive 6 play styles. They might not be the most coordinated. You have block, slide tackle, long throw, and aerial. Some of these you can argue aren't that important, but they're here. Little added helper. At number 4, Anderson Talisca. And I have a personal bias. If you've been following the channel, you might have been able to predict that this Brazilian was going to make an appearance. He's an athlete. I kind of like everything about him. He just fits my gameplay. Unorthodox. He's tall, youthful, expressive, versatile. 6'2". I think that he's shrinking. I swear, previous games, he was at least 6'3" or 6'4". Please do a stat check. EA was mismeasuring, or I'm making the incorrect statement. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. It's always the dribbling that gives him just that better feel. His on the ball goodness, and the fact that he could play as a center mid, an attacking mid, out wide, up front, false 9, even authentically. Look at the alternate positions. Long ball pass for a playstyle plus, harder to understand or gauge. Do I like Talisca a little too much? Perhaps. But my performance when using him on the virtual pitch, top tier. At number 3, we're talking about Quadrado. And he's not coming up in discussion rooms or Reddit posts. He's not on Twitter or the social medias of the world. Why is that? I don't understand. 5-star skills, perfect as a wing back approach. You can play him authentically as a right back. Let him go coast to coast. We're all using our fullbacks on overlap anyways. They're involved heavily with the attack. And the stats don't lie. 95 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. This man is boosted. The dribbling, yes sirree. Even the physicality might surprise you a little bit. He's not the strongest, but he's going to get stuck in. And the defending numbers are nowhere near the 83 average. That's brought down via heading accuracy. He has an 89 standing tackle and a 90 slide tackle. Stop sleeping on Quadrado. Power shot, whipped pass, which is hugely performant for any winger or wingback, even a traditional fullback. Ball control, trickster, first touch, flair on a plus, and technical. His R1, disgusting. At number 2, we've got the likes of Acuna, who has been overlooked, almost disrespected. Full disclaimer, I would not play him as a fullback, but he is picture perfect as a center mid or a center defensive midfielder. High work rates, 5'8", but he's stocky. You're going to notice that he feels like he's kind of thick, but still with solid ball control. All of this sounds suspect as I am putting it out into the world of the internet. 4-star skills, left-footed, of course. Overall stats, he's stuffing up different categories. Take us to November, he'll feed the table. That is a Thanksgiving reference if it was not understood in the comments. The shooting is better than a 77. I still score goals with him. I don't believe in the 69 finishing. Just a difference maker. And this guy's gonna cost you 50,000 coins. Give or take. Added helpers with 7 play styles, power shot, long ball pass, anticipate, which is a big one, bruiser, nice addition, flair, not nearly as important, but I'm telling you, you'll be surprised by his movement. Throw in a Travella, I'm scoring those, and then relentless. He's never tired. He already had 94 stamina, tossing him an extra play style for no damn reason. And at number 1, I have Trezeguet, who has revitalized his career as a center mid. Even though he had no control technically in the position swap or this item, he's still getting real burn and serious minutes in my midfield. I'm telling you, I am blasting folks with Trezeguet going up against Team of the Year players all day, every day. If you want the gameplay, second channel, subscribe to the playbook. Like I said, 77 games, 12 goals, 16 assists, 6'2", 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it some more. I can't believe that I'm keeping this on repeat. It's a conversation starter, something shiny. Trezeguet's dribbling is good to go. We've never said that before about him being a striker. I don't know if he's going to have future items that stand out like this one, but I've been pleasantly surprised. And he is playing one of the most difficult roles in my team, where he is a midfielder that is always under pressure in so many different 50-50s. And he holds it down. It doesn't hurt the squad that he also has relentless for a playstyle plus. Back and forth all game long. That's my list. I put together a top 10. The honorable mentions, we might have some room for interpretation. I look forward to your comments. As always, if you're new to these parts, it is free to subscribe, and I have a lot more coming out ASAP.